Welcome back, Scorpios. Scorpios couples this time. This is Will Cartomancy Tarot. As promised, I'm here to present part B of your relationship reading. This would focus more so on couples. This reading will be valid from today on to the end of the month, this month, which is the 28th. Okay, Scorpios. Uh, I've already presented the cards here so that you can see them. They've already displayed. Let's go on and start off with the bottom card, Scorpio. The bottom card here is the Five of Diamonds. So, Scorpio, this card is all about self-doubt or confusion, difficult dealings with others, and unfortunate circumstances that we sometimes see that crop up in love. Scorpio, this card says that you've had a conflict of values in some sense with your lover. This card said you might care deeply for one another, but the two of you hold opposing and inflexible point of views on most subjects. This might have left you feeling a bit left out in the cold, Scorpio, with just looking here at this Five of Diamonds. Um, because this card depicts a quarrelsome romance that appears to be very argumentative. This five says you will have trouble fulfilling an act of duty, and you're going to begin to kind of realize the fertility of what you want or desire, and really the frustration and pain that ensues. Um, and so you're going to be very reluctant to kind of pursue any course that could elicit more. I'm feeling that you're going to long to be with, the one that your heart yearns for. And you're going to be feeling very anxious, depressed, or kind of filled with doubt, and are kind of feeling inadequate, unconfident, or insecure. But Scorpio, a lot of what you're feeling is really a direct result of being overtaxed mentally or physically and kind of pushing yourself beyond your limits. So let's move right along and let's look at you and kind of see, Scorpios, how you're functioning in this relationship. Because this card, Scorpio, is going to define your hopes and fears for the union. And it would also describe how you're kind of feeling for your partner. So we have the Seven of Diamonds here, Scorpio. So this card is all about tension and stress. It shows that you might be feeling a bit distraught or feeling a bit impoverished emotionally and materially. In other words, you could be suffering from health or financial issues. This card is kind of saying that you are feeling a bit disappointed and may be contemplating resigning yourself to the prospects of continuing on alone. And your attitude kind of appears or will be a bit unresponsive, Scorpio, apart, or somewhat indifferent toward people and events because it seems that a deep-seated depression that you have stems from, kind of wanting to succeed, but kind of feeling that every effort that you've tried has really come to naught and there's nothing you really can do to change it. So I'm seeing here a bit of you kind of being a bit very anxious to move in a different direction, but right now nothing is kind of being presented for you. So let's move right along to your next card here, which is the Joker card. So Scorpio, this card is similar to the Fool card in the tarot. And what this card is trying to say to you is that your partner has a very carefree type attitude. He's filled with youthful energy and he's very playful and naive. This card also gives a hint that possibly he may have been married before. If so, he would like to marry again. And this card, Scorpio, you're going to find that, or you found a character to whom openness and spontaneity are really aphrodisiacs. This card kind of says to you, Scorpio, that your partner has mixed emotions about you and might feel you want him or her to commit to something he or she might not necessarily be ready for. Because part of him, Scorpio, or her, seem to kind of want to enter the relationship with complete abandon, while another part is somewhat kind of holding it at bay. Okay? Let's go on and look at your third card here. And we have the Queen of Diamond. And in this case, Scorpio, she has appeared reversed. So it kind of represents your relationship and says, your relationship, Scorpio, appears to be in a financial mess. This card kind of says that you are dealing with a downside of money. Um, and that you might find yourself sitting at the table really constantly fussing over bills or complaining about each other's expenditures. And both of you will find yourself wanting the other to kind of take care of more responsibility for his or her basic necessities. This card also brings about a sense of the two of you being too critical of each other. And it also suggests that, as I suggested with this card from the onset, the Five of Diamonds, you know, the two of you might even feel a bit trapped together because of your declining funds or lack thereof. So I'm feeling that the two of you might even have a hard time making time for love and may have allowed your career as home or your car to really kind of define you. So what this card is kind of giving a hint to kind of, improve this relationship is that the more stable person that's involved or that's in this relationship, the more stable person might want to kind of consider using his or her head and kind of maybe finding a second job or a cheaper apartment to kind of reduce or decry some of the expenses, defray some of the expenses. Now, this card is kind of asking you to kind of create a new budget or kind of pay off your bills. That's what it's telling you to really clean things up. Let's get on and move along to your fourth card here, which is the King of Hearts, which is a very good card to have in a future position. So one thing you need to understand, Scorpio, is that this king knows his own heart. He's aware of how much he loves his woman. And this card being in the outcome position says that, this male or female is going to draw closer to, his or her true self and feelings. He or she will develop the communication skills to tell you when he or she is kind of overwhelmed or needs a break. This card is saying that you'll in turn, Scorpio, develop a respect for his or her saturation levels, and you'll learn how to kind of back off when you ought to. And what this is saying is that as this person grows to feel loved and emotionally fulfilled within the union that you two have established, you're going to be more able to recognize your mate's affection, and you will both in turn be much happier as a result. So keep in mind that when a relationship really ends in like a person or what we call as a court card, the individual represented by this card of Scorpio is always the force behind the union. So in this case, the king will be the glue that really holds you two together. So this is a legally binding card, and hence it kind of says that if you haven't walked down the aisles with this person, there will be something old and established about your connection nonetheless. And also for you singles out there, Scorpios, if you're looking to meet someone, it looks like that there is a strong possibility that it can happen. And as I said, it can be any sign, but this is, of course, relating to water sign. You have water energy. You also have earth energy. You have a lot of earth energy here, but you also have water energy, okay, in terms of the signs. So additionally, I'm feeling that your admirer will call you and it's going to tell you he or she really has something for you. Now, I just wanted to add a new element to this just to see what connection that this king or this new person that's going to be coming into your life have to. It looks like that I drew the Four of Clubs, so the person is somewhat of a friend to you or have been a friend of yours. Just to look at another card just to see the person's build. You have the Seven of Clubs here, so I'm getting a strong sense that this person is athletic type build. More than likely, there's another sign that you can consider. It could possibly be an air. A fire sign too that you're interested in. But they appear to be athletic build, and they appear to have been your friend or have some type of a friendship with you. And I'm also kind of feeling that they appear to me to be either olive complexion or of a Hispanic or either of a different culture or background type, or maybe a mixed person type. I'm just getting a strong sense in that. Of course, you don't have to really hold tight with the race and stuff, but I'm kind of picking that up with regards to this. So, Scorpios, this is really what I have for you today. I hope this reading resonated with you. I'm sure for some of you it may not have. But for those of you who did, I would certainly appreciate your comments and have you to send me over your comments to let me know exactly how this reading, how insightful this reading is for you, if it has been. If you're wishing to schedule a personal reading or to send over a donation, you can also send me over an email at wat61073@yahoo.com. But before I leave, Scorpios, I like to give you some parting advice. Um, when adding up all of the numbers here, I have arrived at your quintessence card, and it is the Hierophant. So that the final advice that I would like to impart to you is that always keep in mind the sense of it all, while dealing with an issue, and kind of proceed with both honesty and integrity, and try not to let your desire color what is, and refuse to really accept, less than what is, or correcting people, or to settle for what's so, because it will make a difference. This card also brings out a feeling in me that there may be a potential wedding that might be coming up soon. So, Scorpio, again, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day.